Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review, and another week, our final week of reviews. Guys, can you believe 7 to 8 weeks have gone by so quickly? I'm going to miss talking to y'all every single day. But before we actually get into today's review, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who joined yesterday's live with the vibe. You guys know our lives are always a jolly good time. And if you didn't join, where were you? That's the real question, but you can also watch the replay as well. You guys know the finale is going to take place next week, Monday, and we always go live for the finale. So there is going to be no live this Sunday, but we're going to go live for the finale on Monday. I believe the finale is on Monday. If it changes, I'll update you guys as well. But just mark that in your calendar so that on Sunday you're not waiting for a live because the live's not going to come. Is that all right, babe? All right. So a lot for us to pick and unpack today. The families, Dejon's family, Harry's mum, Shakira's family, Cach's siblings. Guys, there's so much to discuss. So as I usually always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and therefore join the family. We love having you here. I own a cheeky little chinwag. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number three, please get cozy and comfy with a lovely drink. Today we are sipping some Lucozade and it's getting to today's review. So let us start off with the girls talking to Helena about her saying, you know, she doesn't want him, and everyone was basically trying to encourage her. I have also noticed that they call her Hells, which is a very interesting nickname. Maybe it's the believer in me, I don't really know, but very interesting. But yeah, of course she was saying that, you know, I'm just so upset that he still get what he wants. And it goes back to what I said. If you were in the live, you already know my stance on this entire situation. Helena isn't just mad that she lost Harry, she's mad that she lost Harry to Shakira. Okay, clack it. If you know, you know, and that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it's quite interesting as well, because although the girls had that producer inflicted conversation about, oh, there's no divide, there still clearly is a divide. Helena was of course surrounded by Megan and Angel, and we already know that that is the clique, whilst the other clique is the other girls as well. But that's that. Next thing on to Dejon talking to Harry. Guys, do you know what this episode showed me? And it didn't just show me, because I've been saying this since, right? This episode showed me that Dejon is actually two-faced, guys. Oh my gosh, like Dejon is actually two-faced, and you can't tell me otherwise. So obviously Dejon now went to go speak with Harry, and he was like, obviously, like, I'm confused for you, bro. You said you wanted Helena, but you also said you wanted Shakira. Like, how do you feel? And Harry was like, you know, like, I just feel really lost. You know, at the end of the day, like, I just feel so lost. I feel like no one wants to be my friends. I feel like them lot aren't my friends anymore. And Dejon was like, don't worry, like, you never lost me, bro. Hold that, because there's another conversation that takes place later. And when Dejon was talking, I just felt like, oh my gosh, do you even know what you're saying at this point? I don't know, but we're gonna get into it. Sorry guys, my hair's all over the place as well. We're gonna get into it later. Just hold that thought, hold it. Now, next moving on to Connor and Megan. I generally didn't take any notes for this because you guys already know how I feel about Connor and Megan. Once again, I don't know why the producers brought her back. Okay, it would have been better for Connor to have left single than for Megan to have come back into that villa. Okay, mainly because number one, she was actually voted out by the public. The public actually voted her out. And what's the point of you reversing the public's votes if the public genuinely vote because they want their voices heard or they want their say to go? So very interesting, but I'm still not here for it. I know they're going to make it into the finals, but even the whole her wearing that Connor's bracelet thing, to me, is all cappity doodle. Okay, because since she's been doing her little PR up and down the UK, that bracelet has not been on her wrist. Now all of a sudden, I've never taken it off. Ah, really? You wait there. But you guys know they're going to make it to the finals regardless. And that's just because this season is actually quite a loveless season. So yeah, they're going to make it to the finals regardless. But my view still stands on them, and I don't really have much to say. Next, moving on to Cach and Toni, who I really like, by the way. They were having a brief conversation, talking about, you know, him giving her a fairy tale ending, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, they're just having general chit-chat. I do really like Cach anyway. You guys 100% know this. And I also do like Toni in the villa as well. So I ain't got nothing more to say or add to that. Next, moving on to Harry and Shakira talking. Now, they were, of course, in the changing rooms. Yes, they were. Getting cute, getting cozy, cuddling and all that stuff, and they were speaking about, if you watched yesterday's live, I know some of you guys tore my singer, but guess what? I'm wearing my singer today. Yeah, because if you tear my singer, I can just put on a new one. If you watched my live yesterday, you know exactly how I feel about Shakira and Harry. If you watched it. And I'm not repeating all that I said. If you watched it, guys, if you watched it. But I do want to say, just as I said in yesterday's review as well, I'm not saying Harry is a saint, guys. I'm just saying, out of Harry and Dejon, okay, Harry actually owns up to his wrongdoings. Dejon doesn't. Dejon deflects. And I think that is the comparison and the similarity that I see, not similarity, sorry, the comparison that I see between them when I'm comparing them. Even if they have displayed similar attributes and characteristics since the season has started, even as we are entering the final episodes of this season, I'm starting to see differences in Harry's character, but I'm not seeing any difference in Dejon's. And that is very telling. But like I said, if you watched the review yesterday, you know exactly what I mean. But of course, they'll have no conversation. I think he also has a very weird obsession with armpits. Emma did already, is her name Emma? I think her name was Emma, right? Oh my gosh, guys, was her name Emma? I think it was. His ex that was dumb. I think it was Emma. Yeah, it was Emma. She was talking about armpits as well and stuff. So I do feel like he does, because he was just like to Shakira, oh, like, you know, if you didn't put the deodorant, it wouldn't smell better, something along those lines. But I think he generally has an obsession with armpits. But they ended up having a hug. He ended up kissing her neck. That was a bit much for me. Do you know what the thing is as well? With Harry and Shakira, like, I know people always say age is nothing but a number, but I just feel like 8 years, like, I know Shakira is emotionally immature for her age, but like, Harry, you're 30 and you were acting like that. Very interesting, okay? But he did try and go in for a kiss, and she ended up moving her face, and he kissed her cheek, and they both said baby steps. So like I said, it's very interesting to see the difference between Harry being with Shakira and Harry being with Helena. And I think that's the point that I tried to get across in yesterday's live. So don't tell my singlet too much, okay? Of course, Blue and I ended up pulling Helena for a chat. I don't have anything to say about Blue. Since he spoke to Toni so madly, I didn't respect him when he was on the season in the beginning anyway, but him coming back and having that mouth, guys, I actually have no words for that guy whatsoever. But he was talking to Helena, talking about, oh, you know, it would be, what did you think about my speech? It would be really nice to get to know you, blah, 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 blah. Helena was like, obviously, you know, I think it would be good if we start off as friends because I'm still trying to heal from the situation, blah, blah, blah. Respectively, Helena and Blue aren't working out. That's not even a thing. I don't even know why we even watched that, okay? So I'm going to move on. Now let's move on to Harry and Shakira. He asked what obviously her friends feel about them getting back together. By the way, Shakira looked really beautiful yesterday, or today. I'm about to say yesterday night, but you know what I mean. She was wearing like a teal blue, her hair, she looked like a princess, like literally she was a fairy. Yeah, she was a fairy. That's the vibe I was getting, but she looks really cute. She did. Next, moving on to Yas and Jamie. Guys, Yaz's posture always tells, can you see that my back is quite up? Yeah. Yaz's posture tells me to clock in every single review. Her posture is legit, but you guys already know how I feel about Yas and Jamie. Those are my winners. Yas and Jamie are my winners. They are my winners. They are. I think they have great chemistry, great connection, very respectful, very understanding, easy to listen to. I can listen and watch Yas and Jamie's conversations unfold in 4K at 9 PM on Love Island. I can't say the same for some other couples, you know what I mean? But I really, really, really do like them together. And it was so cute because he used this opportunity to say what he wanted to say, additional to the speech that he gave at the recoupling. I was like, oh, love is sweeter. Yeah. Next, moving on to the nighttime. A lot of kisses and a lot of smooches. Meg and Dejon, I don't want to know what was going on under those sheets, but something was going on. And Harry and Shakira were cuddling whilst Helena was just looking there in the dark. And like I said, guys, because I have one troll on my account, which is so odd because every time I block them, they create a new account, which lets me know that you're very interesting, by the way. But anyway, whatever. They keep commenting on my videos like, oh, I hate the way you speak about Helena. Watch when this is your karma. What are you talking about? We're literally reviewing a show, babe. Like, this is what I mean. And it's always towards the end of the season that these things happen. Guys, don't suck the fun out of these. These reviews are literally it's just banter. We're just talking. We're just having a chin wag. Why are you now trying to do that to me? It's really not that deep or that serious. And second of all, unfortunately, what goes around comes around. People are forgetting. And this is why I always tell you guys, you need to turn upstairs on, okay? And focus on not just the episode that you're watching, but also the previous episodes that we have watched. Helena was not a nice person to Shakira, point blank period. Okay? Point blank period. She wasn't a nice person to Shakira, and it is okay for us to admit that. So when people say what goes around comes around, at the end of the day, you will lose them how you got them. She wasn't a nice person to Shakira. I'm not giving Harry a pass. If you watch my reviews, you know 100% I repeat singlet day in and day out. But stop acting like Helena is a victim. Shakira was also once a victim too. And if you've forgotten, I'm going to re-jog your memory. Okay, cool. Next, moving on to the following morning, Shakira and Harry were giggling like there was no tomorrow. I was thinking, wow, you people are in love. Oh. Yeah, in love. And of course, Harry also ended up making Shakira breakfast. He actually initially asked Helena what she was having for breakfast. And when she said it, he also made it for Shakira. Hold that because we're going to get into it. Next, moving on to Dejon talking to Helena about Shakira, right? And this is what I said about Dejon being a bit interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. Dejon is very interesting because he says one thing to Harry and then he says another thing when he's with his girl and his girl's paddies. So of course they were talking about Shakira and he was like, oh my gosh, like Helena was like, oh, can you imagine he made it exclusive with me and all of today he hasn't even spoken to me. And then Dejon was literally just like, oh, that's so odd, that's so weird, why would he do that? Of course Megan and Meg also started jumping in and chiming in as well, saying like, oh yeah, he even saw what you were eating and he purposely asked you what you were eating so he can just go and make it for Shakira. Yeah, that's what he done. Dejon, you literally just told your guy the other day that you're his boy and you're here for him. So 1 + 1 is equaling 18 right now because it's not adding up. Just back to what I said in the review yesterday, when Harry slept on the daybed outside and was alone, that was Dejon's moment to actually prove his loyalty and his friendship to him. Dejon done jack all. And now today you're talking with Helena like, oh, that's so odd. Yeah, you guys are exclusive and he hasn't even pushed you for a chat. That's so odd. Why is it? And Megan and Meg too. Please, stop it. Helena and I ended up going to talk to Harry. And she basically said, you know, a check-in from you would have been nice from time to time. You didn't see I was okay. Blah, 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 blah. Then she started crying. Once again, my views are the same on Helena. I don't know how many times I need to repeat it. Unfortunately, you wanted to be a pick-me so bad that you ruined your own Love Island experience. That's just the vibe that I'm getting. If you agree, disagree, let me know down below, it's fine. I'm not saying that I'm, you know, heartless. I don't want to see anyone cry, okay? Crying is healthy, by the way, very healthy. I don't want to see anyone cry. However, I feel like Helena is forgetting the things that she done to not only Shakira, but other people even to Toni as well. Like, guys, please, let's wake up. Let's wake up. I feel like the redemption arc is working for some people because you guys are starting to see Helena as a complete saint. But I'm remembering the things that she done in the earlier episodes. And once again, one thing I'm never going to forget is her wearing Shakira's bikini because I found it extremely, extremely, extremely odd. And I think she's burning at the fact that not only does Harry not want her, Harry also wants the girl that she doesn't like. And that's that. Next, moving on to the families. The families ended up making an entrance into the villa. The families is probably one of my favorite episodes. It's just nice seeing people's family dynamic, understanding why they are the way that they are, because that was very telling in today's episode. But also, just kind of like, yeah, I love meeting people's families. Like, I just feel like, you know, what's good? Okay, so let's start off with Toni's mom, and I think that was her cousin. I don't remember. There was a lot going on, and me and my cousin were watching Love Island in the car whilst we were on our way back from dinner. So I'm just going to say families, and if I remember exactly who came, then I will say. But yeah, Toni's mom and I think her cousin came, and also Cach's brother and sister. Now, I actually really love Toni's mum. Toni's mum has actually been doing her own debriefs on TikTok. She's absolutely fantabulous. And Toni's mum obviously spoke about the Harrison situation and also spoke about her friendship, Toni's friendship with Shakira being 10 out. Like, if you leave here with nothing and with no one, you're leaving here with Shakira. And that's very true. You can definitely see that Shakira and Toni have a really good bond and friendship, which I really like. She also said that Cach is her king. Now, one thing that I did pick up when Toni's mum came is Toni's mum loves Cach. Okay? She loves Cach and she loves Cach. Okay? I do feel like I'm sinking in my beanbag. Let's start there. That's better. I do feel like she was definitely there for good PR. But of course, they were obviously speaking about the Harrison situation being absolutely insane and everything as well. Cach's siblings, guys, let's just call a spade a spade. And can I be honest with you? I know everyone watched the episode, but if you're actually a person of color, okay, if you're black, there was so much more that was said that wasn't said that was said. I genuinely cannot explain it. Like, many people know that a lot of black people speak in codes, okay? And wow, I don't really want to get deep, but there are reasons why black people speak in code. Not just for banter, but if we're going to take... Why is my brain doing this to me right now? But if we're going to take it back, okay? Yeah, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But black people in general many times speak in code, and Cach's siblings were saying so much without saying so much, while saying so little while saying so much. Okay, but 100% they don't like Toni. That's the vibe that I got. The sister was very like, yeah, I didn't rate her. She didn't say Jack, she didn't say Jill. I said, I've never heard anyone say they didn't say Jack or Jill. That was a smart one there. I might need to start taking it. But of course, they was, even Cach was like, oh, don't worry, like she spoke about it. And she was like, nah, I'm going to speak up. I said, oh. I said, oh, okay. They also commended him for crying, which was actually really, really, really nice, and was just wondering how is the dynamic going to work whilst she lives in America and you live in the UK. And Cach was saying, you know, she did say that she's going to come down to London and all that different stuff. But they ended up doing a swap. So Toni's mum ended up speaking to Cach alone and said that my husband absolutely loves you. And thank you so much for having a big heart and all that stuff. Toni and I went to go and speak to Cach's siblings. Guys, Cach's brother was just like this. Oh my gosh. It was so awkward. It was so awkward. Guys, it was, you can't tell me that wasn't awkward. It was so awkward, guys. It was so awkward, but yeah, that's what I'm going to say. If you watched it, you know, but Cach's brother is not feeling Toni at all. I think the sister was warming up a bit, but Cach's brother, nah, he was not feeling Toni at all. What was quite interesting as well was Toni's mum actually went to Harry after and literally, of course, hugged Shakira. And, you know, Shakira was like, I'm so happy to meet you, etc., etc. But she went to Harry after and literally said, think of others when you're basically doing what you're doing, okay? Helena now, which was quite weird, was just like, oh my gosh, like, Cach, your brother. And then Cach was just like, he's 20, like, girl, he's not even on the season. He's here for a good 10 minutes and he's off back to his Jet2 holiday. Okay, so yeah. Next, moving on to Meg's mum and her sister and Dejon's mum and sister. Now, I'm not gonna hold you guys. Meg's family ate. Meg's family ate. Okay, what's 4 plus 4? Thank you very much. What's 10 minus 2? Thank you very much. Guys, Meg's family actually ate. Her mum was like, you know, you let him, everyone's behind you, blah, 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 blah. You let him get away with a lot. And then, you know, Meg was like, oh, but he's really nice to me. And then he does so much for me. And Meg's mum was like, oh, really? We don't see that. She was literally like, we get player, we get, I literally wrote it down, we get player, we get manipulation. He's the biggest flirt. Saying all these different things. And then Meg was like, yeah, but he's my boyfriend now. And I just thought, it goes back to what I said in the live where they are using this, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, to finish us. In fact, no, we'll never be finished in Jesus' name. To finish themselves. Like, no one can say anything to Meg or Dejon without them saying, oh, but we're official now. Oh, but we were exclusive and now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. She was just like, yeah, but he's my boyfriend now. Your mum is telling you that they think this guy's a game player and you're saying, but he's my boyfriend now. Are you awake, darling? Are you listening to what they're saying? His mum and his sister, Dejon's mum and sister. Guys, very interesting, okay? First things first is I feel like his sister was essentially, I feel like his sister was definitely trying to do damage control. She has been making very interesting TikToks and then randomly backtracking. And I think that's definitely what she's trying to say today. In the beginning, everyone knows and everyone saw her TikTok. I think she removed it now, where she was speaking about how, you know, Dejon, oh, I want my brother to go for Billy Kiss. Like, if you fumble her, saying all these different things about Megan, and all of a sudden done like a 180 and said in a video like, oh, you know, at the end of the day, Dejon's my brother. I'm really liking Dejon and Meg now, like, you guys are being a bit too hot, all these different things. But we were able to see today why Dejon acts the way that he acts, because he comes from a family of enablers. Because that was your moment to take his singlet, throw him in the bin and tell him to recognize that he's been acting very interestingly since the episodes and the season has started. But no, they were like, you should be so proud of yourself. And by the way, this was Dejon's mum, by the way. I said, even your mom, auntie, she said, by the way, I just want to let you know, Yas, yeah, all them girls, they're fake. So know who your friends are in here. I said, what is she saying? Guys, are we watching the same show? Are we watching the same show? I'm sorry. No. They're very funny, okay? And I think they 100% try to gloss over his image. And that's why I now know why Dejon acts the way that he acts. And I don't need to explain any further. So good luck to all parties involved. Okay, good luck to all parties involved. But even when the families had come together, I do feel like it was also awkward as well, just as it was before. But yeah, once again, the mum was saying, oh, by the way, you know, just want to let you know that these girls are not your friends. And then Meg was just like, yeah, like, I know. You guys are really feeding into these delusions. Like, oh, everyone loves you back home. Da, 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 da. Maybe my TikTok feed is just different, and maybe my Twitter feed is different, but you guys already know how I feel about them on this channel. Next, moving on to Jamie and Yas. I love Jamie and Yas, so I don't have any bad things to say. His mum and his brother came, and Yaz's twin sister Zara and mum came. Wow, beautiful family, by the way. Yaz's twin sister Zara, wow, an absolute babe. And even the mom, I said auntie. And he stopped calling people auntie, but yeah, auntie. clack it. She looked absolutely gorgeous. I really like Yas, and I do like Jamie. I feel like you can tell Jamie comes from quite a cool, calm, collected family, because even his mum was literally telling him, at the end of the day, you are the golden retriever to her black cat, blah blah blah. But also saying, you know, at the end of the day, you know, show her that you do like really like her. You know, just do more. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, her twin sister Zara, good vibes, mum as well. They did really like each other. They of course did address the Blue situation about, you know, them being a bit worried. That was Jamie's mum being a bit worried with her, you know, entertaining Blue for a couple seconds. But I'm glad that Yas watches these reviews and she stayed focused like we told her to, okay? Because that 50k is within reach, baby girl. Next, moving on to Shakira and Harry. Briefly before their parents came in, Shakira was crying profusely and she was saying she really just doesn't want to disappoint her family. But next, Shakira's mum and sister came, and Harry's bestie, I think it was his bestie, did it say brother? I think it said bestie, and his bestie's name is also Harry, came as well. Her family were very supportive. She also comes from a very beautiful family as well. Her sister talks just like her. My goodness, her mum is an absolute beauty. And very supportive. Shakira was literally she burst into tears. And I think it also just goes to show how overwhelming this experience has been for her. Everyone loves their family. Well, I would like to hope so. But I feel like because she's also emphasized how much she's been stuck in a villa with fake people, I guess it was just so nice to be around people that were real. Okay, so it almost felt like seeing her family was like a big hug, and that was really cute. Harry's family, well, I think Harry's mum is interesting. Yeah, that's the word I'm gonna give. I think Harry's mum is quite interesting. I could tell from the conversation that she really wanted Harry to go for Helena. Some people are giving very interesting takes on Twitter. Some saying that they feel like maybe the mum is, you know, if you don't know what I'm saying, because I'm just doing this, essentially that the mum likes Helena because Helena's white. That's what people are saying. I don't know if I 100% got that vibe. Even at the end when she... Anyway, let me not jump, okay? But of course, Harry's mum was saying, you know, when you're... One thing she did say that I did really like was she said, you know, when you were alone, no one came to support you. And that is very telling. And even Harry was just like, yeah, like I found that very interesting. You need to be able to decipher who your friends are in this villa. And I'm really glad that they did say that, because I'm sorry, Dejon is no friend. Dejon is no friend, okay? Dejon is actually no friend to you, my Harry boy. He really isn't. Of course, Harry was speaking about, you know, yes, like me and Helena were really good mates, but I just couldn't get to a romantic level with her as quickly as I could with Shakira. With Shakira, it was 1 week. With Helena, I tried to make it exclusive, thinking it would tick. It didn't tick. You know, it just wasn't working. And the mum was just like, but why? But don't you think you guys are friends? Don't you think you guys were... I was just thinking, okay, boo, okay. Clearly, you like Helena, that's okay, you know, that's fine. When the families did come to meet up, I forgot who the islanders were talking to, I forgot who was speaking, but they were just like, oh, there's gaps, because, you know, the families were quite separated in itself. So it also was another awkward reunion, just like the other couples that we have already reviewed. But her mum was also, did say that at the end of the day, you know, just asking questions, and Harry was just like, yeah, you know, I feel like I waited too long and everything like that, and you know, I'm just really trying to, you know, do my best to be with Shakira, you know, I really make her happy and she makes me happy. And the mum was just, Shakira's mum was on smoke, by the way, like, okay, really? Oh, like literally. And then at the end, they all now went to go and see the rest of the islanders together. His mum went to go and hug Helena. Was just like, oh, Helena, I'm so sorry for what you had to go through. Oh, you are so stoic. You never told who tells people that they are stoic? What? What? Very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, there was a lot of tension with all the families. Those are all the families that we saw today, by the way. But there was a lot of tension with the families. I feel like the only families where there wasn't much tension was, yeah, Yas and Jamie. Yeah, everyone else, it was tight. Okay, it was tight. So yeah, tomorrow I guess we are going to meet Megan. Does Megan need to see her family? Did she not just see them last week? I don't know. But Megan and Connor's family, of course, are also going to see Helena and Blue. That's going to be interesting because they're not even a real couple. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I think that's all. Anyone else? Is there anyone else in that villa? Ah, sorry, you're Angel and Ty. Sorry, Angel and Ty as well. So yeah, those are the families that we're going to see tomorrow. But let me know how you guys found today's episode. Let me know how you also found today's episode. Why am I repeating myself? As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I'm clearly in a great mood and I don't know why. It's because I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed and join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SoDestinyX. But other than that, guys, it is our final week of reviews. So make sure you're subscribed, tuned in and locked in, because we're going to be talking all about it for the final week of Love Island right here every night, period. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video because I'm rambling a lot. I love you guys so much. Peace, take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.